This next mind map seems to shift from HBU into something more accountability-focused. I can see references to sources of liability, enforcement/penalties, and legal responsibilities. So is this about the valuer's risk and responsibility framework?
Absolutely correct. Now we are moving from valuation thinking to valuation responsibility. A valuer is not only analyzing value, but also bearing legal, professional, and ethical accountability for that opinion. Let us break this mind map step by step, every branch.
So first we identify where risks come from?
Yes, liability does not come randomly. It arises from specific sources, failure to exercise reasonable skill and care, incorrect assumptions without verification, ignoring material facts. If a valuer gives a careless opinion and someone suffers financial loss, liability arises.
Providing incorrect data knowingly or unknowingly, overstating or understating value, misleading reports. So even unintentional mistakes can be risky.
Yes, intention matters for severity, but negligence itself creates liability.
Not following professional standards, IBBI, IVS, ignoring scope of assignment, not maintaining independence.
Intentional manipulation of value, collusion with clients, fabrication of data. This is the most serious category. It leads to penalties and even criminal action.
Breach of agreement with client, not fulfilling terms of engagement. Once liability is identified, what happens next?
Then comes enforcement. Regulatory bodies take action.
Suspension of registration, cancellation of license, monetary penalties.
Compensation claims, damages payable to affected parties.
In cases of fraud or intentional misconduct, legal prosecution. So valuation is not just technical, it's legally exposed.
Very much. That is why documentation and due diligence are critical.
Now, this part feels like preventative measures.
Correct. This is how a valuer protects himself.
No bias toward client, no conflict of interest, neutral professional judgment.
Verify documents, site inspection, cross-check assumptions.
Protect client data, no unauthorized disclosure, accept assignments only with expertise, continuous professional learning, clear assumptions, transparent methodology, adequate disclosures. So how does this translate into real valuation practice?
This is where theory becomes survival skill.
Maintain working papers, record calculations, keep evidence of assumptions.
Follow IBBI regulations. Apply IVS standards. Maintain audit trail. Use disclaimers carefully. Define scope clearly. Avoid over-reliance on client-provided data.
Apply reasoning, not blind formulas. Justify conclusions logically. So if I connect this with earlier HBU discussion, HBU determines what value should be, but this framework ensures how responsibly that value is derived and reported.
Excellent connection. A valuer's role has two dimensions. 1. Technical intelligence. 2. Professional responsibility. Without the second, the first becomes dangerous.
So ultimately, valuation is not just about accuracy, but about defensibility?
Exactly. A good valuation is not the one that looks correct. It is the one that can stand scrutiny in court, audit, and regulation. That is the real test of a professional valuer.